Good day, beautiful heart, beautiful soul, beautiful friends, light seeker, peace lover, students on the path of meditation wherever you are. In Bali, outside Bali, in Indonesia, outside Indonesia, wherever you are. Good day, using Bali time. It is a deep happiness to meet you again and again, as has been scheduled by my student this year, 2022. We are going to meet once in 2 months. Hopefully, I will be healthy to serve you. By the time we are waiting for 1,000 friends who are in the process of joining together with us, let me refresh your memories about our yesterday presentation. Just make it short. Yesterday, I shared to you the most beautiful inner sweets. There are a lot of darkness outside, but the good news that you can save your soul journey by finding out the most beautiful inner sweets. As soon as you find your own inner most beautiful sweets, you are like a walking lantern. No matter how dark outside is, you will be safe because you are a walking lantern. What is the most beautiful inner sweets? I told you yesterday, that is smile. Previously, it was only written in the Holy Scripture. It was only concluded by a spiritual master like the late great Saint Master Thich Nhat Hanh. But in our cycle of time, it has been concluded in neuroscience as well. Some neuroscientists make a conclusion after long research. Smile make the brain release less poison but more medicine. That is the conclusions of many neuroscientists. The same thing happened with the expert of microbiology from Japan. His name is Professor Murakami. Professor Murakami explicitly concluded in his own book, the title is The Sweets. Smile is the most beautiful inner sweets. That is my first presentation yesterday about the most beautiful inner sweets, which is beautiful smile. For that reason, never tired to smile. Smile, it is not only a gift to the person outside, but also a gift to your inner beautiful soul. My second presentation yesterday about the secrets of beautiful relationship. As we all know, the number of divorce increase everywhere, not only in the West, including in the Eastern society like Bali. It has been widely researched what is the phenomena behind the increasing number of divorce everywhere. The essence is very simple. The wounded masculine wounding the other feminine. The wounded feminine wounded the other masculine. To make the story short, the people whose family are broken, they are very eager to change the others. Please, to make your family safe and beautiful, please stop the old habit to be too eager to change the others. Don't change the others. Focus on beautifying your heart. How to make your heart beautiful? Yesterday, I presented to all of you. The key idea is to make the energy of masculine and energy of feminine being balanced inside. Some of you who are wife, your most beautiful homework is embodying the divine masculine. Some of you who are husband like me, the most important homework is embodying the divine feminine. What is the divine masculine for the wife? Be independent. The less you rely on others, the better. You are the one who holds the remote control of your happiness. That is the divine masculine for the wife. What is the divine feminine for the husband like me? Flow, fluid, formless. Meaning, make your mind as flexible as possible. Don't be rigid. Remember, it is not only you who want to be happy, your wife also want to be happy. We all want to be happy. What I mean by the divine feminine, which is very important to the husband like me. Be flexible, be open-minded, flowing like water in the river. Don't try to win in all situations. In some occasion, let your wife win. Let your wife happy. Because the most beautiful happiness is being happy by making the others happy. That is the divine feminine. Now, we are waiting for 33 minutes past 11. I will give you the new topic, because on 33 minutes past 11 we are going to meditate. After that I will share to you the topic of transforming pain into gratitude. Now we will discuss the new topic about the anatomy of hope. The anatomy of hope. As some of you who are old enough like me, you know already, hope can become the source of stress. It can also become the source of progress. It depends on how skillful you are to manage your hope. Some of dangerous souls, some get stroke, infected by a chronic illness or mental illness, because one of the important reasons, because they are not skillful enough to manage their hope. So that's why our new topic today is the anatomy of hope. Hope can become the source of stress. It can become the source of progress. It depends on how skillful you are. Before proceeding into the steps to be the master of your own hope, not to be the victim of your own hope, now let's deeply understand what is the anatomy of hope. It has been deeply researched by some psychology who specialize studying hope especially. There are a lot of factors behind why some people tend to have a higher hope than the others. Expecting the husband to be ideal, expecting the wife should be perfectly patient, the outside appearance must be good, the inner heart must be beautiful. That is high hope and high expectation. The reason behind the high hope and the high expectation, which is the source of stress not only to you but also to the others. First of all, it is about wounded childhood. Those people who are deeply wounded in childhood, they tend to have over hope and over expectation to the others. Please, I am deeply wounded, protect me. That is hope. Please, I am deeply wounded, give me healthy environment. That is hope. Please, I am deeply wounded in childhood. Speak politely, treat me as loving as possible. That is hope. And the most important reason behind those hope is the wounded childhood. The second one, which is also important behind the over expectation, over hope, is the fear of losing someone you love. Like me, I love my wife very much. But the consequence of loving my wife deeply, sometimes there's a fear of losing my wife, which is very natural. And that is what another important reason also why we have over expectation, over hope. The fear of losing someone that we love, which is very natural. For that reason, loving your wife, your husband, it is good. But do not let your love create over expectation and over hope. Because your wife, your husband also needs space to grow. Because our over expectation, our over hope tend to limit the space of the person we love. Let me use my own example. I love my wife very much, but sometimes My love limit the space of activity. My wife tend to be prohibited. Don't do this, don't do that, which is unhealthy to my wife. So that's why I try to balance my home, especially by deeply understand it is not only me who want to be happy, my wife also want to be happy. The second reason of the anatomy of hope is the fear of losing someone that we love. The third one, which is the most powerful reason behind over expectation and over hope, is the unfulfilled desire. If you have a lot of unfulfilled desire from childhood, you tend to have high hope to the others, high expectation, which is not only dangerous to the surrounding people, also dangerous to you, because you will spend most of your time with dissatisfaction, anger, because your hope is never fulfilled by the others. Unfulfilled desire from childhood. That is the most important reason among all the reasons. The last one, something to do with the past life, which is very dark. Certain things that happen in past life also tend to make some people to have high expectation and high hope. Maybe in the past life you have been wounded by your husband and you are deeply wounded, and you bring that wound in this present life. As a result, as soon as you have the husband that you deeply love, you expect him or you hope him to be as perfect as possible, which is unhealthy not only for you but also to your husband past life. That is the anatomy of hope. Now how to manage the hope, which is more important. Before the age of 40, why 40? Because the British concluded that life begins at 40. Before the age of 40, like the thing that I personally experienced, my body is strong, my healthy was nearly perfect. I experienced illness very, very seldom before 40. As long as you are healthy, as long as your family is stable, before 40, under assumption you have no illness at all, before 40, it is very good to have a very high hope. Make your hope, your expectation as high as possible, because it will pull you up. It will push your life growing up. It is like what is the test of quality. Before 40, under assumption you are healthy before 40, it is very important to have a high hope, because high hope there is a probability will be followed by high result as well before 40. Especially because the quality of our health, the quality of our family member, most of us are still stable before 40. But as soon as we grow above 40, body beginning to be weaker. In some part, some corner of our body visited by illness. Especially if you have chronic illness. The step is the opposite. Not to make the hope higher, but to make the hope closer to your reality. To make your hope closer to your capacity. As a result, the inner tension and the inner stress will be lower and lower, which is healthier to your body, which is healthier also to your family. That is what I mean by managing the hope. As long as the body is still healthy, you have no illness at all, you experience stress and inner tension very, very seldom, make your hope as high as possible. It's okay. Especially when it comes to material life. It is like the test of quality to you. But as soon as your body beginning to be weaker, your age is above 40, you experience a lot of conflict, inner stress, tension. Some part of your body becoming ill, pain, maybe your chest, your heart, whatever. Remember to make your hope closer to your reality, to make your hope closer to your capacity. As a result, there is the probability that you will have a beautiful old age. It is hard to imagine there will be a beautiful old age if you are not skillful in manage your hope. So that's why it is very important, first of all, to understand the anatomy of hope. Behind the high hope, there is wounded childhood. There is the fear of losing someone we love. There is unfulfilled desire. There is past life. How to minimize the negative impact of those anatomy of hope. Remember, before 40 years old, as long as your body is healthy, you have no illness at all, you can make your hope as high as possible to make you have a kind of material attainment as high as possible. But as soon as body beginning to be weaker, you have lack of sleep, inner tension, inner illness, especially you have serious illness. Make your hope closer to your reality and closer to your capacity. That is what I mean by being skillful to manage your hope. Some of you who are serious traveler in spiritual life, especially meditation, may ask you, what should we do in deep spiritual life? The more mature you are in spiritual life, the more important that you have no hope at all. To the public commoner, if you are hopeless, the association is very negative. Very negative. Hopeless, it is very negative. But in the deep spiritual journey, it is very important to train the mind to have no hope at all. Because as soon as your mind is perfectly free from hope, you will be perfectly peaceful. There is no hope. Simply smile to any blessing of this moment. That is the most beautiful root of peace. There are 3 levels of managing the hope. The first one, before 40 years old, as long as your body is healthy and strong, remember, make your hope as high as possible. But as soon as the body is getting weaker, above 40, especially if you are visited by chronic illness, serious illness, make the hope closer to reality and capacity. However, when it comes to the deep spiritual traveler, train your mind to have no hope at all, simply flowing with this present moment. Like what we now experience in ashram, the weather is clear, clean. There is small wind, it's like the small fan. I will say it is like a small heaven in here. Everything and everyone here is very peaceful and happy as well. Because we have no hope. Not hoping rain, not also hoping something else. Simply experience the present moment. That is what I mean by the serious traveler in spiritual life. Train the mind to have no hope at all. That is exactly what I mean by the new topic of today, the anatomy of hope.